Hey guys, I want to talk about cardio today. It's starting to get warm outside. A lot of people are starting to feel the panic of beach season is coming up. You're gonna have your shirt off in a bathing suit. So a lot of people are gonna start dumping cardio into their program. So two things I'm gonna talk about today. HIIT cardio, high intensity interval cardio versus steady state cardio. And then a third variable we'll throw into that is fasted versus non-fasted. So personal preference with clients and myself, I prefer to do HIIT cardio in a fed state. I don't like high intensity interval cardio in a fasted state just because you do need some food and energy to be able to complete that in its true form. Most people I see trying to do HIIT in a fasted state and their definition of HIIT is more or less just small intervals for a duration of time. If you are truly doing HIIT, that high intensity interval is everything that you have. It's 10 to 20 seconds of all out intensity. Anything more than 20 seconds, you're just doing a moderate to low intense interval, and it's not the same thing. So 10 to 20 seconds of all out intensity followed from anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 to 3 minutes in recovery to where you can do that interval at full capacity again. So doing that first thing in the morning on an empty stomach can be difficult if you're not warmed up, if you haven't been moving, and you're not fed. I prefer HIIT cardio to be at the end of the workout in a fed state. Steady state cardio, you can kind of put it in as you need it. You can do it fasted if you prefer fasted cardio. It's also a great alternative if you're not in a fed state. So if your calories are lower, your energy is lower, or in the morning, it's a great option to put in. You're not going to beat yourself up as much. So there's a big difference between the HIIT versus the steady state and being in a fed state and a depleted state. So you have to kind of look at where you're at and what the goals are to determine what type of cardio that you need. You always want to get away with the least amount possible, just enough cardio to get results. You can always add more later. If you come out of the gate with 6-7 days a week, 30 minutes to 60 minutes, you don't really have a lot to add on to from there. So we like to start with anywhere from 2 to 4 sessions per week post-workout in the 8-minute range. That's a good place to start, and then you can gradually increase from there. Now, another topic I want to talk about today is heart rate. Pretty much everybody has an Apple Watch now, a Fitbit. Everybody's tracking their heart rate and calories burned in the workout. First thing you need to understand is that is a relative metric. There is plus or minus anywhere from 200 to 600 calories in that. We know this in the data. The companies that make these put that out there. We know that to be fact. So do not get hung up on that number. Just look at it in terms of what is my baseline going to be. If you hit 500 calories per workout and it's getting you X amount of results and then those results stall, you may need to increase to 700. So it's not so much the total number, but the increment by which you increase or decrease or remain the same, okay? Heart rate. Everybody's heart rate is going to be different based on their level of conditioning, their age, male, female. A lot of factors go into that. Your heart rate doesn't have to be skyrocketed the entire duration of the workout for you to have gotten a good workout. Chances are, if your heart rate is running above 170 the entire workout, especially for cardio, and you're trying to do HIIT, you're not actually doing the interval. Your body has become so conditioned to that, you're running at one level, you're not getting an interval, you're essentially doing steady state, okay? The goal, especially in a HIIT session, would be to elevate the heart rate, bring it back down. Elevate the heart rate, bring it back down. Now, the lower your heart rate stays, the better your body is conditioned to that stimulus, so it may be time for a change. The faster your heart rate comes back down from that high interval just means you have better conditioning, and also your body is more adapted to that type of stimulus. It doesn't mean you're getting a bad workout, it just means you've adapted that interval. So it may be time to change the interval, the type of cardio, the rest breaks, the duration of the high intensity portion. So don't get hung up in these numbers, okay? Last thing I want to talk about, if your nutrition isn't dialed in, you have no business talking about heart rate, especially in a workout. If your nutrition isn't dialed in, you have no business talking about heart rate variability, okay? You're literally stepping over dimes to pick up nickels. So the next couple things we're going to talk about over the next couple of weeks are how to put these things in order to make it make sense. Order of operations. What are the most important things? The first important thing is your nutrition. Your nutrition has to be dialed in. Number two is your training. Your training has to match, one, your recovery. What can you recover from? Are you sore for 10 days? You're sore every time you're coming into workout. If that's the case, your recovery isn't great, so we need to look at nutrition and sleep, okay? The training has to match the recovery, all right? The third thing is the icing on the cake. It's the supplemental form. It's cardio, okay? Cardio isn't meant to dominate the program. It's meant to add on and fill in little areas where we need to burn more calories, okay? And keep the heart healthy, all right? The fourth thing would be actual supplements, okay? A lot of people think the cardio and the supplements are number one. They're actually at the bottom of the list. They're meant to fill in holes, other areas of our program that we can't match, either due to time, due to lifestyle, schedule, things like that. So that's what we use cardio and supplements for. You want to look at these things in order, and you want to attack them in order of importance that way. Once you have each one mastered and you're functioning like 90 to 100% on each one, then you can move on to the next step. Once you dial all those things in, you're really going to start to make progress. And then from there, you're assessing that progress every 2 weeks and then making fine changes to that, okay? All right, guys, enjoy this nice warm weather coming up, and I hope that answers some questions about cardio and heart rate. Have a great day.